片手口を開くさよならだ人類今吹き飛んじまえ泣いた顔
Hello one and all, and welcome back to the Hippo Cup 9 group stage. My name is Hubba and I will be running this solo cast for this Group A match. Mongol OWC versus Quit School. Group A is a group I was pretty curious about going into this tournament, especially because of the competition here. Of course, this D-seed Quit School has plenty of fight in them, actually taking out the number 1 seeded Himhora Markram, I believe is how you pronounce that team name. They managed to take out that top seed 5-1 and is looking to keep up that streak against Mongol OWC, who is playing their first match in this one. So it's going to be a curious series of events here. Of course, Quit School is the all-Chilean team, featuring Suntan as well as the roster of TFG, number 37, Shot Gamer, all the Chilean names you know and love. And Mongol OWC, funnily enough, is Sigi, who is from Mongolia, and then no other Mongolian players. It is all pretty much just the OWC Thailand team, minus Chests, who is on a different Hippo Cup team, cough cough. So, getting these pick orders and ban orders underway. I am unsure of what to expect for this Mongol OWC team. I feel like they have a really strong Hard Rock roster, because of the names like Kadama, like Sigi, like, I am forgetting about somebody. Westbury, yes, Westbury, very strong on the Hard Rocks as well. So, gonna be probably them picking into the Hard Rocks, Quit School picking into most of the density hidden maps, as their roster would suggest. Of course, TFGE, number 37 Chiefs, all phenomenal hidden reading players, and just reading players overall. Great at those awkward skill sets. But first ban to come through for that Quit School team. It's going to be Fremont 3, getting rid of those mechanics. Makes plenty of sense. Mongol OWC is a very mechanics-bolstered team for the most part. Of course, Kadama, Lisberry, Chai Fuck Shep, incredibly strong tapping players. Ours 3 as well, also on this team. Siki and the crew are likely to ban. I wouldn't be surprised with something like the No Mod 5, just getting rid of some of that forced AR 8 in this pool. That's actually the only forced AR 8 map in this pool, with the exception of No Mod 6, but that's a storyboard map, so you don't have to read the low AR regardless, unless you so choose to play it without the storyboard, I suppose. But they are taking their time with this one, it would seem. I suppose other good bans would be somewhere along the lines of that No Mod 3, No Mod 4 combo. But no, they're going to be the ones to take out the Hard Rock. Interestingly enough, Hard Rock 4, the precision pick, falling to the wayside because of that ban. That is incredibly curious to me. That map, I believe, ranked in 2010, if memory recalls, 2012 for Sanctity. Just kind of plays like airman jumps, airman jumps, but really low BPM and CS 6.5. It's the kind of skill set I was kind of expecting Mongol OWC to be picking into, so regardless of ban, I am more curious about what they will be picking against this team now as we go forward. It's TFGE going for their second ban, and if the Fremont 3 was any indication, I would not be surprised to see another mechanics ban come through, more likely DT4 than DT2. DT4 a bit more volatile in nature by comparison, as well as the DT2 team scores being very confident from Quit School, but no, it's going to be No Mod 1. Just the straight TV size Fiery Rage aim map going away. Oh. Okay, I've received information. That is crazy that they're playing this match then, if that is true. Okay, so just these 4. TFG, number 37, Chalk Gamer, Chiefs. Granted, by any metric, that is a very strong 4. Like, regardless of what map gets picked, that is a very solid 4-man group. Especially at this SR, where they can really thrive on those skill sets. I feel like hidden players are kind of written on their sleeve with regard to TFGE and number 37. As well as Chalk Gamer Chiefs, likely to be on the Force No Mod for the bulk of this match. But Mongol OWC still deliberating on their second ban, really thinking it through, as players are switching sides, surrounding him, almost. Yeah, I'm really unsure what they go for ban if they are getting rid of that Hard Rock 4. I suppose a free mod 1 if they're just trying to get rid of precision as a blank skill set. But otherwise, I'm unsure why you would ban that Hard Rock 4 if not for just a lack of precision. But no, it's a double Hard Rock ban. What? I'm really shocked about that double Hard Rock ban. I really thought Mongol OWC would be thriving on those Hard Rocks. But not to be the case, and Quit School first to pick. Wow. Wow. If I'm Quit School, I'm going straight for that AR8, right? You just kind of gun for that, I think. Chalk Gamer is plenty capable on that skill set when not coincided with hidden. Seif's number 37, TFGE, all incredibly comfortable on that No Mod 5. I mean, if I'm them, I think I just, like, run it up immediately. If not free mod 1, I don't know. Generally, I'm, like, how I thought this match would go has been flipped on its head because of those Mongol OWC bans. A little bit of joking around with the slots here. Oh, they're stalling my timer. Beautiful. I mean, if not for No Mod 5, I guess, like, Free Mod 1, Free Mod 2, also very good picks. Trot Gamer, a solid Hard Rock player. Or maybe they're waiting for Carlos Flow to be out of the map, but there we go. It's going to be Hard Rock 1. And I suppose we're going to be seeing the roster of Mongol OWC leading up to it. Because there has to be some sort of reason why they would ban these Hard Rocks. I feel like on paper, Mongol OWC is a very strong Hard Rock team, but not having it here is super curious. 90 seconds on the clock to get these people in, although for Quit School it's going to be a pretty simple 4 roster, given who is readily available to them. But this Hard Rock 1 going to be our 175 BPM old-ish style aim pick. Not really a ton of awkward angles here. It's just very consistent and very snappy, despite its lower BPM. So very easy to find those over aims, especially if you are slightly tripped up by the slight extra CS disadvantage. This map on Hard Rock hovering around that 5.6, 5.7 range, rather than your usual 5.2. It's the little things. It's the little things in Hippo Cup that really will strike you out. And all 4 members of Quit School already in the lobby. Meanwhile, we await who is here for Mongol OWC. We've only seen Sigi so far, so we don't know who those other 2 are going to be. Waiting all folks in the lobby. Kadama, second player inbound for Mongol OWC. PPKM and Rs3 going to be the roster here. PPKM, a player I'm not tremendously familiar with. Oh wait, everyone is here. Rs3 is also here. Wait. Wait, the whole roster's here. Why are they banning Hard Rocks? That is very curious to me. But yeah, Hard Rock 1, the simplest of those Hard Rocks. It's just a pretty much just straight aim check at this SR. Don't find those nervy misses and you'll be all good. But in we go. Yellow Trick. You may be familiar with this map by looking at some mid-2020s players DTFCs on 3-digit. On Hard Rock, it's a different beast, really testing your patience and nerve. Probably one of the most interacted with maps in the tournament thus far. Picked in every match I've commentated, at least, as we see the scoreline flicker. Bancho getting updated with the numbers. Accuracy is going to be pretty comfortable all around early on. And it's less Perry to actually find the early miss. The sooner the better with these misses. Combos not entirely up to a level that you would want them to be for score gain. Only losing 200 combo in the FC and PPKM as well. Finding a slight over-aim on that left side to double up for Mongol OWC. Quit School with a pretty sizable advantage now, 1 million score lead and growing. Could always flick on a dime if the placement of these misses falls on those buzz sliders, but it's not going to be the case as we lead into our first PI. You're seeing the spacing on these jumps go quite fast. We're seeing the flowing patterns. It's Shot Gamer to miss towards the tail half. It's going to be a pretty sizable score advantage for Sieg and Kadama as they hold on to these FCs, but they still need one more break, and they need it ASAP as those recovery combos on Westbury and PPKM are putting in a little bit of work, but not the 2 million difference that is currently being placed upon them. TFG, number 37, Steve's all looking so comfortable though on that 99% average. But PPKM to find that second break. Steve's trades it. Wait just a minute. They still need one more break to fall, but that is an FC down by comparison. And Westbury's recovery combo is going to give an edge, but with that Sigi break, that's going to be the nail in the coffin. That third FC down for Mongol OWC. Kadama doing their best to hold on tight, but it is not going to be the case. Quit school with a successful first pick. And all it takes is one in Hippo Cup. You see, of the players that missed, 4 of them, 5 of them even, or just one misses. Just one little over-aim, one slight hiccup can be all it takes to prevent you from getting a point here in this group stage. Requires perfect precision excellence as we head back to Mongol OWC's first pick, looking to get their 1 on the board. Of course, Quit School, very familiar with this pool. They have played a match already. This is Mongol OWC's first match, so some pretty stark competition for such a lineup. Awaiting this first pick, you would not expect the final Hard Rock map, I would assume, at this point. Looking at the rest of the roster, though, I am looking for some mechanics. Of course, we saw that Fremont 3 ban. Something like a DT2 would not be something to shy away from at this point. As well as that DT4, I feel like could also be a pretty instrumental and solid pick. With DT5 on the board, I'm a little scared of that map, actually, between these two teams. I feel like Quit School is going to be very confident in acking that map. I believe number 37 does have number 1 on it, but it's going to be Nomad 3, picked by Mongol OWC. Of the two teams is shocking to me. This is going to be our low BPM, high volatility wiggle flow map, and I am deeply unsure about this one against the roster you see before you. Steve Snow, 37, Shot Gamer, TFG all kind of thrive on aim control environments, especially when placed with their comfort mods, so that's a very scary lineup to go heads up in this match. PPKM, Westbury, Kadama all kind of hanging around. Rs3, we do see present now, likely in for the flow aim difficulty of this map. Very strong flow aim player there. Probably going to just be a Sigi anchor method for the final slot, if I had to assume. And there is the man of the hour, Sigi, Kadama, Rs3, Westbury, switching out PPKM for Rs3 for this pick. Should it be solid enough? Rock Glock, I believe, is his way of saying good luck. I believe in all of them. In we go with the awkward flow aim control pick, Night Theater Etude, mapped by Mir. All players in except for Rs3, probably just a quick panic to get him going here. Hidden's going to be on Kadama and Rs3 for Mongol OWC, and then as advertised, Actually, not as advertised. Wait just a minute. It's Seifs taking the hidden over number 7, and you're already seeing some of the consequences of that decision with some early chain misses for Seifs, a little bit uncharacteristic of the player in that top left slot for Quit School, but it is Ziggy, Kadama, Lesperi, Rs3 holding on to the Quad FC for the current moment, trying to build up as much score as possible before these diff spikes come through. It's Seifs and Ziggy to trade this time. Still just a general slight discomfort for Seifs here as they find more breaks is going to be a massive advantage for Mongol OWC. Even though that initial break was a trade, these chain misses just keep on coming through, but Rs3 second FC down, there goes the advantage. It's all about who has the highest combo in the current moment, and right now it is 3 members of the Chilean Quit School. TFGE Chalk Gamer number 37 holding on for, maybe not dear life since they've already won a match on this group stage, but holding on for the breakpoint of a lifetime as you head into this ending div spike. Accuracy so high on these FCs. Chalk Gamer to drop one of them, however, is going to give advantage back over to Mongol OWC. The recovery combo on Sigi more than enough to give them a sizable advantage. You just need Lesperi and Kadama not to miss at this point. Kadama looking so confident on that hidden, as is TFGE. Number 37 on the Nomad, finding a couple act drops, but holding on to their FC as well. It's just 2-2. If any of them were to fall, it would slide it back over to the other direction. It's Rs3 and Chalk Gamer. There's that recovery combo down for Rs3 that was pretty dynamic for winning the point, but regardless of the battle, it was the war that was won by Mongol OWC with the double FC from Kadama and Lesperi. Those extra recovery combos from Rs3 and Sigi putting up more than enough work, and Seifs just unfortunately not having a great time on that one with the hidden. Yeah, back over to Quit School's pick. I mean, just based off of the bans and how that Hard Rock 1 went, I would assume they just run Hard Rock 3, with that being a more finger-controlled, difficult map. Kind of plays into their other skill sets as well. But we shall see where they go. The pick for Quit School is going to be the DT5. This is Kind Lady, a sub 1 minute finger control check. Purely an accuracy map. We have been seeing misses on this map, which is intimidating, I suppose, given how simple it is, but You're mainly looking at this from an accuracy battle perspective, and what a lineup to do it on for Quit School. Number 37, who I believe has a hidden double time SS on the map, TFG, Chalk Gamer, and Sifs as well with backup on the skill set. Should be plenty strong. In we go with the DT5. A little bit of roster changes here with Salvatore hopping in the lobby for this one. Player who I am a little unfamiliar with regards to skill set, but we shall see how they perform on the pick. Already you're seeing a number 100s dropped by these players. Chalk Gamer not having the greatest of time holding on to it. That extra 100 going to be giving a advantage to Mongol OWC early on. As you see, the finger control difficulty of this pick, the quads, the doubles on AR7 double time, so easy to find the overaims on, as you're seeing the war of attrition come through. And there's a miss from Chalk Gamer. That is deeply unfortunate, and we're going to be seeing the first breakpoint of this match in very quick succession because of it. It has been surprising to me how many teams have found the misses on this map, given the low spacing, but the awkward density going to be more than enough to give Mongol OWC the point. And looking at the act drop from Sifs, it may have even been regardless of the miss, but the miss from Chalk Gamer happening right at that halfway point, cutting that score in half. Massive for Mongol OWC as they go into their second pick. And in we go with the Nomad 6. This is going to be our storyboard pick of the pool. And we go with Nomad 6. This is the storyboard pick, as previously mentioned. CS2 in actual base stats, but AR0, so you probably do want to play this with that storyboard on. So we wait all of our clients to load. This is not correct. I I think yeah. That's fine. I think it's a little too late to fix it. All the dims got changed, but the storyboards were not turned on. So top 10 funny moments. But normally the storyboard would coincide with different rhythm games. This is what you would be saying if you did not have the storyboard on. But we will see who put in the practice on this pick. Shot camera missing on the stacks, messing up the rhythm, finding some note locks there in this section. Gonna be cause for concern as Mongol OWC try to consolidate this break point. 331 combo on Tough Bunny from an earlier miss, but 3 FCs for each side otherwise. Speaking of, it is actually the first map in for both Soft Bunny and Chai Fuck Jep. But there goes Shot Gamer once more, TFGE to follow it up. And now Mongol OWC making good work of the practice, making perfect. Soft Bunny, Kadama, Sigi, Chai Fuck Jep, the 4-way just about holding on tight. On the storyboard, this would be the Muse Dash section, so following the notes coming at you during these stacks. Don't want to find the over aims on these back and forth, pure control focus. Shot Gamer to find another miss, but it is traded for the first time in the map by Chai Fuck Jep. TFGE following it up though, only gonna be helping with the potential Mongol OWC breakpoint consolidation. And here we are with the Osu section of that storyboard. Number 37, Steve's, this is the hardest part of the map, and if they hold, it may be enough, but unfortunately for them, Kadama and Soft Bunny holding on to their own FCs will be enough to maintain this lead. And with that, a consolidated breakpoint and the third point in a row, momentum fully on the side of Mongol OWC. And what a double FC from Quit School. Only won 100 to number 37's name. Unfortunately, just did not have the full backup required to take that breakpoint. Mongol OWC with a very solid team score there. Gonna be bringing this 3-1. Quit School looking to get their second pick on the board with the roster given to them. And with that, a pretty quick DT4 pick, actually. This is a pick I was not expecting from the side of Quit School, actually. I was expecting this to be a future Mongol OWC pick, but DT4 being the play here, 263 BPM, just around 1 minute. Incredibly dicey pick. The map starts off with these super tricky square patterns, very easy to miss on, and leading into just general aim and burst 5-star action, which at 263 BPM those long bursts, while not spaced, can be very scary, especially if you are not a tapping player. Very easy to find the over taps there. But it is same roster, Seifs, number 37, TFG, Shot Gamer. Seifs and Shot Gamer used to playing this style of map in OWC. TFG and number 37 likely to be taking the hiddens here. Number 37, I'm sure you've seen him on plenty an old map DT leaderboard. This would be no exception. So confidence on this style of map is obliged. Meanwhile, on Mongol OWC, they just have a general solidarity on mechanics. Especially with this roster, it's Sigi, PPKM, Kadama, and Rs3. No less Parian for this map. And if anybody has lore on why a team quit school is just saying animal names, I would love to know the reasoning. Seems to be their favorite activity at the current moment. They tried going with 3 hiddens. That is wholesome. Here we go with the initial aim control pattern. Immediately you're seeing those breaks come through for 3 members on the side of Quit School, where by comparison only 1 on the side of Mongol OWC. 3 FCs held on regardless, and that is what I was a bit worried about. Granted, the beginning of the map is not going to tell much of the story, as Seifs finds a break a little bit deeper in, as well as a follow-up. This is a bit curious for them, especially with how short this map is. It is to be traded by PPKM. Oh my god! Double break on the long burst for Sigi and Rs3 is going to immediately slide this pick back over to Quit School. And what a performance from them. 3.3 million and growing. PPKM with a follow-up break only to confirm the inevitable as Quit School get that point on the board via a massive comeback on that burst section. Both of those players, Sigi and Rs3, missing just the final note of the burst, whether it be a slight over-aim or a tapping deficiency remains to be seen, but incredibly strong team score from Quit School regardless. Back over to Mongol OWC, now with their next pick in tow. Pretty curious to see where they go. I mean, they've won some picks I was not expecting them to go for. Of course, that Nomad 6 and Nomad 3 combo was not on my bucket list for maps that they would pick into. But regardless, based off of those picks, I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised with something like the Nomad 4 follow-up, also mapped by Mir. That would be a pretty solid pick for them, as well as I feel like both of these teams have generally been avoiding any aim map, with the exception of that Hard Rock 3 first pick. But here's one of them. It's going to be DT3, the token Shiv map of the pool. It's going to be Lamp, with this sort of swing snap doubles map. Very easy to misread the rhythms on this one because of the density. Of course, CS3 with similar spacing throughout the map, plus the AR8 double time, can be pretty tricky regardless of SR. And waiting the members of Quit School to hop back in the lobby, taking a moment to acclimate, double check some patterns. The works. Kadama Ars3, Try Fucking Soft Bunny already in the lobby. And I mean, regardless of how this match goes, it is pretty commendable how Quit School has locked in with just this 4-man roster on every map, still managing to get those 2 points, keeping pretty much every map close by. Waiting for Bancho to catch up. Kadama is not playing the map. Welcome to this episode of Is It Bancho or is he awaiting an abort? I think this pause in the action means an abort. Little keypad disconnect, never hurt nobody, because of the abort button. Good thing it happened earlier on in the map. In we go with attempt number 2 of DT3. Mongol OWC versus Quit School. Another hiccup in the action. With that mouse button disconnect. Something I've done from time to time as a mouse gamer, so I understand the pain. That's actually a good shout. I don't know about TFGE, but I think the other 3 members of Quit School right now are all mouse players. So, big shout outs to my mouse gang out there, but in we go with the big, beautiful DT3. Chib would be proud. We'll get this snap double action. Currently, AC advantage on the side of Quit School. Slight control elements with regards to the CS3 and these slightly longer sliders. very easy to find potential overaims on, especially with how snappy this map stacks as well. Still no breaks, accuracy a bit evened out at this point, if not slightly on the side of Mongol OWC off the back of some of those 100s from Seifs, but even then, that is a wide margin of error given how difficult it is to act this map. The accuracies currently presented in this lobby are pretty phenomenal. It's 97 though for RS3. That's going to shift the lead back over to Quit School by about 40k so long as all the FCs are held. And at the halfway point, you absolutely don't want to miss around this section as we hit the Ki and their false Chalk Gamer, who unfortunately has not been having too great of a match. It's just a deeply unfortunate place to find that break, and RS3 Chive and Soft Bunny holding on to the full FCs. Seifs number 37 TFG ready to pounce if you do see a break though, but it is just on Chalk Gamer with the over-aim on that slider take. And number 37 to follow it up in our third and final Ki, as all 4 FCs on Mongol OWC hold. They have all but confirmed the match point at this rate. 3 million above the opponents, and what a great pick. It's all eyes on them to see if they can close out the 4-way. Ending section, nothing to super worry about. Just a handful of ending notes into the spinner. By the tail end, they will confirm that 4-way FC, actually full perfect combos for all of them, which, I mean, you saw how wide the sliders were in that map. That is a very nice feat of excellence from Mongol OWC on that DT3. But back over on the other side, Quit School with their next pick. They need to win their next pick as well as a breakpoint to bring this match to tiebreaker. It's the only pathway to victory in the current moment for them. And there's been a little bit of method to this madness from Quit School, a team where you look at 3 of the players. Well, you look at 2 of the players, really, and you don't really expect a mechanics roster, right? Number 37 TFG, they're strong on rhythm, they're strong on finger control and tapping adjacent skill sets generally, but this is the boon of a group stage pool where you don't really need that roster depth on this SR, and especially with Zeitfrost coming back to the lobby, wait just a minute, that could be a game changer with regards to future picks. Zeitfrost, of course, one of the members of this Quit School team. A team that is only the bottom-seeded team because it's a bunch of 4-digit D-rankers, right? Like, these are all phenomenal players in their own right. They actually had to farm to make it up into our group stage over the China team who made it to runner-up position last year, -1 Lado Fox. So, unfortunately, for the Crystal and Friends team, they did not make it in, but Quit School did. Quit School bearing the torch nicely, albeit with their slight roster issues, awaiting all people to get in. We'll see how Zeitfrost performs, having just returned home from where? Who's to say? Here we go with our DT2. This is a old style 240 BPM tapping map, I believe ranked as well in 2012. OD6 going to be helping with potential accuracy woes, but the finger control is very of its era, as well as the aim. That lower OD may strike out and cause some note locks if you are not as comfortable on whatever mod you have desired. Very easy to find some potential under aims here, but it's currently accuracy advantage on the side of Mongol OWC, swapped back over because of those 100s from Jai Fuck Jep. But so long as all combos are held, you are looking at those accuracies, you are looking at these incredibly volatile patterns, the back and forth, the up and down wiggles. TFG, Zeitfrost, number 37, all looking quite strong, and the Zeitfrost having just gotten home and still holding on to the SS regardless. In this map, not incredibly difficult to read, but there are some perfect stacks and some buzzsaws to worry for, especially this section that triples at the tail end of the sliders. Demand your aim control. It is so easy to over-aim those patterns, but Quit School making it look easy, as well as Mongol OWC. It's purely a battle of attrition with regards to these accuracies and longer bursts now. As you look on the other side, it's a triple 99.84% accuracy on the side of Quit School, as we await Bancho to catch up. But there we go. 2/3 into the map, still all FCs held, 600 combo on 8 individuals all at once. And Shock Gamer, unfortunately, it feels like it's been the story of this match. It's Shock Gamer to miss first on the pattern, as well as the act drop, giving away both combo advantage and accuracy advantage. And Rs3, Kadama, Chai, and Lesberry, so long as they hold on to this quad FC, it's going to take 2 breaks at this point to run that lead back over. With how high the combos were built up, it is all but confirmed that Mongol OWC, with a 2 million score advantage, are going to be making it with a victory against this Quit School team. A victory that, regardless of roster issues, is a deeply impressive win, given how they defeated that number 1 seed, and with a 32 million, 3 million bump on the DT2, it's another 4-way perfect combo. SS from Les Perry to close it out. Mongol OWC beats Quit School 5-2. That does mean, with regards to the group stage, 2 matches played. Quit School is 1-1, and Mongol OWC is 1-0. Himhoro Markram, in the number 1 seed, is currently 0-1 with just 1 loss, and Hippo Cup Gift have yet to play a match. So, group standings, still anybody's ball game in that group, in one of the most volatile groups in this tournament. But with that, our next match is going to be in an hour's time. We do have a massive block of 18 UTC matches. That is 3 18 UTC matches at once. We may be doing our first Hippo Cup B stream around that time, so otherwise it will be Sun versus Disco Chuds on the 18 UTC SWAT. But as for now, that will be it for me in the current moment. I've been Hubba Wubba. This has been Mongol OWC versus Quit School, Hippo Cup 9 group stage. Congrats again to them. Thank you, Suicune3, for the ref and stream combo. And we'll be catching you guys in about an hour for our next matches. Bon voyage.